Hey, what's up, everybody? You are watching On the Town. It's me. Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Come on in. I hope everybody's doing good. What a day! What a day! It's gorgeous outside. I hope you got a chance to go outside. I don't know why my backdrop looks like like a prison wall or something. I have no idea why. But thank you so much for joining in today. I have a special guest who's coming on with me in a few minutes. But in the meantime, I want to check in and see some of the things that's been going on. Um, and most importantly, tell you today's show, I wanted to have this particular person on for a reason. I think it's very important that we always vote, no matter which way you vote, doesn't matter. It's important just to do it because a lot of people died so that we could all do that. So that's my first thought. Um, Secondly, so much has been going on in politics that, we say to ourselves, how can we make a change? What can we do to really make a difference? And hey, what can we do to make a difference? And I always go back to you can vote. And if you don't think just your one vote counts, I think you can get together with like 30 or 40 of your friends and say, okay, we're all going for this person, or we research this person. However, you have to do it. Voting is very, very crucial. So many people lost their lives. You know, um, some people lost their souls now as we speak. But in general, to have change happen, you do have to start at a local level. You know what I'm saying? So some people say, oh, I'm not going to go and vote for the local mayor or the local town person or the similar person. I'm just going to wait till the president time. That's not the only time that you need to be active in your community. You need to be having your voice heard in your community. And it really works better, it appears to be, in numbers. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said block. I love block anything, when there's like 10, 20 of your friends. I think that does make a budge. Because then I think, some people still are saying that they think that the elections were rigged. And I'm like, dude, give it up at this point. Like, give it up, and you can't accept the fact that no, I forgot how many African American women pulled Biden over the top. Not that we're in love with that right now, but that's another story. But they pulled him over the top. So you can't discount those votes. You know what I'm saying? What are you saying? So it's kind of a weird space to be in. But I do think voting matters. You have to vote, and you can't allow anyone or anything to stop you, even if it's not the candidates of your choice. I don't know if it's lesser of two evils, I guess I could say. Like right now, if it was between the two that one was and the one that was before, I'd have a problem. So I get it. I get it that it can be a difficult thing, but we have to, we have to make ourselves be heard. And I think it really works better when you do it as a block or a community or group of friends or group of people. I think it works much better because other groups have shown that it does work. If you got the money and you're spending the money and you're backing candidates, guess what? Things get done. So there's no hate or shade on that. There's just we need to do that, and whoever that we is, whoever the disadvantage is, whoever doesn't feel like they're getting whatever they need, you need to go out in your community, find 30, 40, 50, 100 people that say, yeah, let's see, let's sit down and have a discussion. Let's have a tea about this. Let's see, let's research this person. Everybody comes back to the table and tell us what you think about that candidate. The pros and the cons, because there's always a pros and a con, right? Then you all decide together collectively, like, well, I think overall, out of all these people that we've, researched or whatever, this person I think would be best. That's it. That's all you can do. There's really not a lot to be said about people that complain about it and they don't even vote. I can't stand that. That's what I don't vote. That's a dumb thing. I don't vote. It may be dumb. It might be. I don't know. But I was just trained by my mom, who was a civil rights leader, friends with Dr. King and all the above. I was trained by her that I lost partial blind vision in a sit-in. So you need to go vote because we're not making none of that in vain, right? And then there's people who actually died. I mean, literally, freakishly died because of someone throwing a Molotov cocktail or whatever events, the dogs and all the things that they went through. Series of events, not just one, just a bunch of horrible events. So it's very important to get out and vote. And I think it's your duty just as a person. I mean, when they talk about everything else is a duty, well, why isn't that a duty, right? Because you're responsible for who's in office, and if you didn't vote, you can't really complain. Can't complain at all because you didn't help in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, with that being said, I had wanted to touch upon something else that had happened, and I didn't pull up the picture, so that's shame on me. But I don't know if you guys have been out um, watching what's happening in fashion and all that good stuff. But I saw an article. Here we go. Our guest is here. Hey, I'm gonna give me 1 second. I'm gonna
Good
intro you right
afternoon. Good
there. There you
evening.
go. Hey, so guys, so scrap that idea that I just had to tell you about, and we'll get to that another time because I have a very, 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 very special guest here today. Um, he is the former mayor of Peekskill, and he is a candidate for New York State Assembly, 95th District. He's a great father. He's a great Peekskill native who decided to do something about it. Please
That's
give it
right.
up, Andre Rainey.
Tanya, happy New Year. How you been?
I'm excellent. I'm excellent. And I heard you was running for assembly. I was like, oh, let me find out. We're going higher and higher and higher. That's what
Yeah,
it's about.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it's
yeah.
about. I,
Back in the race. Back in the race.
yeah, let's talk about Peekskill. So I remember back in the day, Peekskill, and I can honestly say that when you came on, you've been on the scene. I mean, I can vouch and say, I've never seen nobody go so hard for their community, their kids, and their seniors like I've seen you go.
Yeah.
And you could see a big difference in the
Hmm.
hope and the what's the word? The hope and the attitude of the community and the
Yeah.
kids. It's like I don't know if someone didn't even know you, if they
Hmm.
mention your name, if you know, it's
Hmm.
just I remember you before you even was mayor, and
Yeah.
it was like guy is always doing something to
Right.
make something happen for
Happen.
somebody. You know, somebody who doesn't even have it like that. You know what I'm saying? So not just
There
like
you go. Yeah.
those teen crumpets. You know what I'm saying? That's
Absolutely.
what I love about you, and no matter how far you go, I'll always be stalking you for that reason. That I just feel you're 100%.
Listen, I appreciate it more than I can say. I
I'm
appreciate it
just saying,
more than I can
this is
say.
not a plug. This is not no nothing. I'm just saying from what my eyes have seen. And you remember my first time doing comedy. I don't know if you remember this,
Mm-hmm. And I,
guys.
I remember you invited me to
Talk.
Mount Kisco
You helped
too.
me.
Yeah.
But you helped me at the cafe, right?
Yes, the
Yes, and
Radio
you were with
Cafe. Yeah.
oh gosh, oh my gosh, I can't remember his first name. Um, uh, the gentleman who passed away.
Ted,
They did the memorial too. He was hosting.
he was
Uh,
hosting.
yes, he
Oh,
was. Yes.
oh, that's right.
With Tracy Morgan. What's his name? Oh my God, really? I'm sorry, people. I'm
It'll
getting
come back to us.
old. My birthday was yesterday. My memory's like, oh, really? No, forgive me. I'll
But
get it.
we know
I
each
know
other for
his name.
some years, though. That's the point. We know each other for some years.
Yes. Well, I only went up because you guys were like, "Come on, you can do it. Go ahead." Just and I was like,
Hmm.
"Well, it's my first time. I don't really know." And
Yeah,
so
we was
I
like,
went
just
up
go ahead
because
and do it. Go ahead and go for it. Yeah, I was running the showcases at the Bean Runner Cafe.
that's it.
Yeah, we did the artist appreciation show. And we also did the beauty at the Bean Runner, and that was a women empowerment show I was hosting. So yeah,
Yes. So you see, you're an entrepreneur first, and so I think that's how the love of the community came from you to for you because
yeah,
everybody saw you out in the community.
yeah, absolutely. My grandmother in our family used to host like these little fish fries every
Oh,
summer, and we used to do the fish fries, and the money we would get from the fish fries, we do like family trips and stuff like that. And then one year, I just kind of decided, I want to do a fish fry, but for a different cause. So I said I'm going to do a fish fry, and I'm going to raise money to get book bags and school supplies for these kids. And that kind of like started everything.
mhm.
We started doing kickball, annual kickball events. here in the city of Peekskill, and we would invite like the Democrats, the Republicans, the police department, local stores, mom and pop stores, grocery stores. Like everybody would whoever would put the first 10 people, the first 10 teams that come would be the first people to play the game. So just a
Wow.
lot of community involvement. I learned a lot from my grandmother, my family. Being in church, be putting God first and letting Him lead the way. It's been good, and we made it to where we made it without even, unexpectedly made it to where we made it. We made some things happen in different positions. That's what it's about.
What put it in your head? Like, let's go back. So you're helping out, and that's just your soul. I mean, I've seen you in action before I even knew who you really was. But I always heard that name, always attached to young people getting things done, making it happen, even when they said it was impossible. That's how I know you. I don't know any other way.
Right.
Then later, I found out you knew a friend that I knew a friend, and I went to school with I think your aunt.
Charlene.
Yes, that's Charlene. I went to nurses, right? So, that's how. Look at that 360 right there. But here's the thing. So, Peekskill, you got them. I believe it's like $10 million. I believe budget or something. How did you pull up those feet? Because before that, this is just my observation. I didn't live in Peekskill, so I can't speak on all the Peekskill. But it just seemed it was seeming a little bleak to me, and I was like, it has so much potential. What's going on? But when you got in, you made things happen that I was like, wait a minute.
What we did too. When I got in office, I've never been a selfish soul, and a lot of that comes from. And people always ask, like, you rap too, but a lot of my characteristics come from my family. A lot of it comes from being in the music industry. But like, as an artist, we want to make the best material possible. We want the best product, whether it's rap music, comedy, R&B, gospel, rock and roll, country. You want to make the best. And what I learned as an artist is, even though I think my idea is the best, there may be somebody who may have a better idea. And the idea is never to be, it's mine, nobody else can have it. It's, if this is good music and it's going to inspire, then that's what I want. So you carry that over to politics. Now, that $10 million DRI grant that we applied for, we applied for it 3 times before I was in it. My predecessor applied for it for 3 years. Wow. Now, the difference is when I got in office, I said, you know what? We failed 3 times at getting this. It might make some sense to get some input from some more people in the community. So we work with the chamber, we work with the bid, the planning department. We let everybody have a voice. And literally, we put together a video with everybody speaking, from members of the bid, local parents, teachers. Everybody was in this little segment of this video. And when we went up there, we played the video. I had about 2 minutes to express why the city of Peekskill deserved this $10 million in front of 23 people. And then we had about 1.5 minutes for question and answering. And then a couple months later, they said, listen, Peekskill, you proved your point. You got it. And that's how we got the 10 million. It was literally just really involving the community and not saying I'm a selfish person. I'm the mayor, so I make all the decisions. I'm the mayor. I can pull people together at the right time and make the right things happen.
I like that community and bringing people together. That is amazing. So, we want to see, you want to be assemblyman. Tell us why should voters choose you over your opponent?
Well, there's a few reasons, but some of the main reasons I definitely say is I'm going to give you what I think the communities deserve. I'm not going to be, a polished politician that's only going to speak about the issues that seem to be popular right now. Every conversation I've had so far, it's like we talk about climate change to the point where I think that maybe there's no issues in any of these communities with racial injustices or prejudices or low income housing. Like, it's the fight is affordable housing, but nobody cares about what's happening to the people who live in public housing. It's just whatever seems to be popular is what my opponents seem to talk about. And I don't even consider them opponents because I actually like these people, at least the majority of them. So I just feel that we have different perceptions, but I can't fall into this politician elected official category of giving you what you want to hear when I know there's 1,000 other things that we have to focus on. As a mayor, I had to learn that. When I came in office, my primary focus was youth and education. I had to learn how important climate change was. I had to learn how important, renewable energy was. I had to learn how important, as a small business owner, I had to learn how important they are, and people who work in the school district, and there's so many elements that make us elected officials. And one of the primary focuses that I try to remind people is it's not just about the popular topics,
Right.
One of the people that is running against me for the seat, advocate, socialist, and she's progressive and all of that, and stands on some of the same morals I stand on. When
Okay.
it came down to fighting for the homeless people, though, we got pressure put on us,
Uh,
and her morals changed.
uh,
And people used to come to the council meeting and they would say to me, Mayor, if you support this homeless shelter relocating over here, we voted you in, we'll vote you out. And I said, look, vote me out. I'd rather go to sleep at night knowing I did what that was right in my heart
right.
than me not do what's right in my heart and regret it for the rest of my life for a few votes. You know what I'm saying? And when me and that person were the only two that signed the support for this relocation of the shelter, when the pressure came on us, that person removed their signature. I lost all respect for that person, because
Yeah.
my thing is, it doesn't matter how hard it gets or how challenging it gets. If you say that you fight for something, you fight to the end.
Right.
If you lose your vote, it's not for the votes, because whether I'm in office or not in office, the change that needs to be the change that needs to occur is still gonna come. I'm still gonna do what I can from my position.
Right.
You know,
Wow.
so
Wow.
yeah,
Well, I think that's really good because I was just saying to viewers before you came on that it's so important to vote, and from a local level. You start now. You start now, like local stuff. You don't have to wait till just the presidency and that's it.
yeah,
Because and I admit that for years I was in Europe and not thinking about a lot of politics at
hmm,
all. So I admit I'm guilty. But I try to tell young people, no, get involved now.
yeah,
Get involved now. There is no way for change to happen unless you do it. So
yeah,
I love that you saw something that needed to be changed, and you were like, "Well, all right, half the battles I know the community like the back of my hand. That's
hmm,
half the battle. Let me get in here and see what I can do and make something happen." That's
absolutely.
that's what we all need to be doing. How about this? What do you think? Do you support or oppose term limits?
Term limit, I think term limits are necessary. The seat that I'm actually going for, the lady, and God bless her, because she put in some work. You can't deny it. Like, I've seen her in some meetings. Assemblywoman Sandy Gale. If I seen her at a meeting right here at the Peekskill Library, and the discussion was about being pro-choice or against pro-choice, and she stood for pro-choice. And there was one guy that was in the audience who just felt like, you're killing people's babies. What the heck is wrong with you? Now I'm like, goodness,
Yeah.
like there's got to be a level of constraint. There's got to be a level of patience that you have to run for elected office. And she was just so calm, relaxed, answering people's questions, not necessarily ignoring him in a disrespectful way, but
Mhm.
letting people know that they can still speak, and she was going to answer other questions and not address him if he was going to be disrespectful. And I respect her completely.
Mhm.
um do I think term limits are necessary? I do.
Okay.
I think that sometimes I don't see being elected official as I see like a regular employment
Mhm.
position.
Mhm.
But in employment it's the same thing in a sense, because you have the opportunities to move up once you learn certain areas of the department, and
Right.
you can run more of the store. You don't
Right.
you start at the bottom, you're sweeping the fries off the floor, you work your way up to a cash register, you
Mhm.
work your way up to assistant manager,
Right.
store manager, general manager, then you own your own franchise. Like, I think that the idea is to learn more, to inspire more, to do more. And part of the reason why I even got involved in politics, other than the fact that I was threatened, was because I feel like my life's purpose, even in my music, you can hear, is to inspire. And after 20, 30 years of anywhere,
Mhm.
I think it needs to be, for me at least, I feel like I need to move up. And that way it gives other people with that same energy I had 30 years ago, 20 years ago,
Right.
to learn from what I was doing and make even better decisions. The idea is to always put a position in
Mhm.
place for somebody else to get better than what I was in that same seat.
I love it. I love it. Now, so often people don't run because of money. Do you support public financing of campaigns so that more people can run?
I,
With
you know, I absolutely. I mean, my thing is, if you can get more people involved, then do it. I'm for that. And when my last campaign, a lot of people were saying like, I didn't really have any fundraisers my last campaign. I kind of just felt, if the people want me, they'll vote for me. After the homeless shelter issue and some other issues,
Mhm.
I said I'm not going out there asking for everybody's money. Like, if you want me in this office, do what I'm doing and vote for me. If not, I'll devote my life to my kids. I sacrificed a lot of time with my family for this.
Yes.
And I won by one of the largest margins we've ever had.
Really?
So yeah, it was, it was almost 1,000 votes. It was great.
Wow.
Vivian just surpassed me though. She just blew me out the water.
Good.
Yeah, she did. Vivian, I knew she was gonna do good, but god dang, Vivian, but shout out to
Honestly,
Mayor McKenzie.
I don't know where I know her from, but I know her from somewhere, and
Yeah,
I can't figure out where.
yeah.
But that's good. Congratulations to her. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah. So so another question that's it's hot on the plate right now,
Mhm.
but police reform. I know it's not a favorite topic, but do you do you say it right? Tongue twister.
Absolutely.
Do police departments need reform at all? And if so, what should the assembly do about it?
Well, of course they do. I think there's so
Gotta
many.
ask.
Yeah, of course they do. One of the things that I did when I first became mayor,
Mhm.
there's a policy in the law enforcement called the right to intervene. And
Mhm.
when I first became mayor, the second month of my first term, the chief that we had
Mhm.
retired. So we appointed a new chief. And one of the first things he implemented was the right to intervene. And that the right to intervene is when you see like what happened to George Floyd, for example, like
Right.
when you see an officer using unnecessary excessive force
Mhm.
as I'm sorry, not the right, the duty to intervene. When
Right.
you see an officer doing having unnecessary force,
Mhm.
your duty is to intervene in that situation.
Okay.
And this is something that we implemented before it was a national news topic.
Right.
And it's like we came in with the ideas of let's make this change. Now, nothing against my predecessor, but that wasn't on his mind.
Right.
When I first got in office, I reinstated the Human Relations Commission, and my predecessor wanted to get rid of that commission. The Human Relations Commission focuses on, diversity, focuses on discrimination,
Right.
racism, different sorts of hate, whether it's, you hate on someone because of their religious beliefs, because
Mhm.
their sexual preference, or whatever the case is. Why would you get rid of a committee like that in the world we're in today? you
Right.
know as an assembly person, one of the things I suggest we do is, boards or commissions like human relations commissions, they
Mhm.
should be everywhere. We're working on a CCRB, a community review board,
Oh,
to
nice.
in the city of Peekskill. And the places where there's not a lot of crime, not a lot of issues with police,
Mhm.
those are beneficial because it keeps it that way. The
Right.
proactive idea is to keep it that way. So implement a policy or bill where we say every city in the state, or every city in my district, has some sort of diversity board, or human relations commission, or a community review board with the local police department. And this, again, it's not to scare people, it's a proactive approach if your community doesn't have any issues with the police too.
Right. And that's the thing. I was just telling someone that today. One of my friends, we were just having a little round table ourselves, some white friends, black friends, and we were saying, why we were trying to figure out why some of us feel like the police are for, that, oh my God, it's great, the police, whatever. And some of us feel like, oh, well, that could go left. So
you know it,
have the discussion. I hated to have it.
No, I love those discussions,
Yeah.
especially when I with the people that I'm running with right now. I encourage those discussions. I love to see how they feel and what they think about it, because it I never walk around saying I'm black. It's hard, or I'm black because I couldn't do anything. In the city of Peekskill, under my leadership, we appointed the first African American judge. I was the second African American mayor, the youngest African American mayor. We got African African American principals throughout our entire school district, Hispanic school, Hispanic school superintendent,
Mhm.
African American female sergeant D first. Like, so when people talk this, oh, if you're black, you can't achieve. Like, I just move to the
Right.
side. Let me talk to somebody who's thinking a little differently, because that
Right.
conversation's not going to go too far. But I
I,
will say,
I like that, and that's very important because we say things, we hear people say things negative, like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do. There are issues, we are addressing them, but I'm with you. You're not stopping me if I really want something.
right. And one of the main things I want to focus on when I get in office is mental health. I don't think people will
Oh,
understand how much of an issue, or
mm,
how much of turmoil inside this pandemic is caused. And once we're a little bit more controlled with this pandemic, and we're back to being out there with the people again,
mhm.
like, I mean, I see debates on Facebook. I tell you what, a lady came to a council meeting in September last year, and this was, my grandmother's sister died from COVID, and that really kind of like, it took a toll on my entire family, and I couldn't even run a campaign last year. I was so hurt. But a lady came to this council meeting and she says, Mayor, I don't think you did enough to stop COVID from spreading in Peekskill. And I said, dang, like, all right. So I'm thinking like, I got family that just died from this, and you come up here and say I'm not doing enough about it. So now I'm a little. You don't see this though. You don't see this in the meeting. This is all in my head and in my heart. Just I'm upset, angry. Like, why would she say something that stupid? So I respond like, what? The pandemic's not over. We close the schools, close the restaurants, allowed outdoor, dining for the restaurants to stay open so they can still support their staff. We closed City Hall. We reduced our employment by 75%, so there's no crowded areas. We did this, we did that. We put up 200 signs at the city of Peekskill. We gave out thousands of gallons of sanitizer. We gave gloves, masks. What more could we have done? Because whatever you suggest, I'm open to doing.
Right.
You should have drove around the city with a bullhorn telling people to wear a mask.
What?
Okay. Okay.
That's
so we're on a different level of wavelength. Like the frequency is not the same anymore. Exactly. And this is a person that considers herself to be an activist. And we're at the point now where as long as we're fighting,
right,
doesn't matter if we're right or wrong. Mm-hmm. And that's where I think we need to start looking at these people's reactions to certain things, because it's going to have a larger impact when people are a little bit more free again.
I think, wow, it's a lot to be in office. I think it takes a lot. And luckily for you, people skills has happened to be your number one gift. I don't know how people do it. I mean, and no matter what you do, there's always someone that's going to say something's wrong.
Yeah, I learned from my cousin. He and I can't take all the credit. Right. I can't take all the credit for everything. My family I have a strong support system. There's not too much that you can say to me to tear me down. And it's not because I'm powerful, I'm Superman, or any of that. But I have aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, solid friends that give me sound advice in times of need. And I rely on that when, even when something disturbs me. I call my cousin, like, you won't believe what this lady just said to me. And he'll listen. You can't take it personal. It's the position, man. You just got to do the best you can. And you're always going to have naysayers no matter what you do. Keep that in mind and do the best you can.
Wow. That's amazing. That's really good advice. So tell us what, I mean, you've done so much that I'm pretty sure I'll know the answers, but what do you plan on doing different than everybody else if you're elected?
Yeah, I want to address some of the issues that aren't spoken about because of they're not popular on YouTube and Google. I really believe that, a unification board, a human relations commission, those type of boards need to be in every municipality, just to foster diversity and appreciation of culture. I'm really happy that Juneteenth is now a holiday. But we need to push those efforts. We're all going to fight for climate change. That's without a doubt. I think I have the ability to convey a better message than the people that I'm running with. I think I have a better gift to gab, if you will, to convince people how important this district is for renewable energy, being that Indian Point is right in our backyard.
Yes.
And they're talking about Russia and Asia and all these, these are concerns that people have, but it's not just about saying I'm fighting for it. Because I'm fighting for it is beautiful. Like, I love to hear elected officials, every slogan, every interview, every newspaper ad, they're fighting for this, they're fighting for it. But my thing is, I'm gonna make it happen. Right. I'll talk to the people who can help make the possibilities open, and I'll persuade them. I'll work with them. I'll network with them. And Republicans, Democrats, I've been able to work with both parties in my terms as mayor. And even, like I said, my last election, all of those voters, if you look at statistics on the numbers, were not all Democrats.
Right.
And that means something. So I'm not running around saying I'm a Republican man or nothing like that at all. But what I am saying is I have the ability to make things happen. And it has a lot to do with my character, my personality, and of course, what's in here. And I think that separates me from the other individuals that I'm running with.
Well, that's awesome. And I'm going to be wishing you the best of luck, because you got a long road ahead, as they say. What do people do to support you?
Listen, you could check us out, facebook.com/A Rainey for all. You could donate to the campaign. I have an ActBlue account. You can donate from anywhere in the world. Go to actblue.com and type in Rainey for Assembly. My name will come up. You can reach me at Rainey, Arainey.
Don't I have that somewhere? I thought I had
For okay, yeah, Rainey for the people.
a Rainy.
FORTHE people at gmail.com.
Oh, I
Send
have
me, okay, yeah, send me your information. I'll connect you to my campaign manager, and
that.
we'll need field support, we'll need phone banking, we'll need donations, we'll need people knocking on doors with us to get people out there and vote, volunteers to drive. And of course, share whatever information we post on the website. Share it on your social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, tweet, whatever else you got.
Okay, good. And we, as you know, today's the earlier broadcast, so I'll have to rebroadcast it again at 8. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you taking the time. Any last requests? Let me see, what can I wrap it up with? Yeah, that was another thing I forgot about. That you had got the Boys and Girls Club like $4 million.
That's one of my favorite accomplishments, but it's not important because it's not charged. It's not.
I know, but it's
It's my favorite. It's near to my heart. Yeah, it's near
I
to my
think
heart.
it's important. It's very important because it shows again what your consistency with children and young people, because we can't be like, oh, look at them getting in trouble and doing this if we don't have nothing to offer.
There you go.
You continuously find stuff to offer. I've literally drove by certain places in Peekskill before I knew who you were, and I ask the kid something or say, oh, your name always pops up.
Yeah, we secured $3 million of state funding and county funding for the Boys and Girls Club to revitalize the Kylie Youth Center, and another $1 million from private sector, so from local developers. And the greatest thing about that to me is the amount of programming we're going to bring, for our children. Right. And the other thing is we'll open the lines of communication for sports activities like basketball, which is like one of those sports that unifies our entire community, soccer and everything like that. Like sports is like a different element of teaching kids teamwork, responsibility, accountability, respect. And I'm excited about that. There was a rumor that we're going to bring the Boys and Girls Club in, and basketball is going to be pushed to the side, as if that even makes sense. So I'm just excited that it's coming. And by 2023 it should be ready to go. $4 million of capital improvement into that building. I remember I used to do fundraisers. I did a fundraiser a couple of years ago for that building. We raised $18,000 to get the gym floor fixed. Wow. Before that, we would do fundraisers for book bags and school supplies, and we spend a little chump change that we had left over and get doorknobs fixed. You know what I mean? But now you're talking about $4 million investment in this building. You can't go wrong.
I think that's amazing, because will that also bring more jobs?
Of course. Yeah, they're talking about hiring at least 12 more employees. That's another thing. I'm glad you asked that question, because when you bring new things in, especially to our community, we're not used to being involved, so we get fearful. So people are like, if they bring this in, they're going to get rid of basketball and they're going to get rid of the employees that work there. Right. Not only are we not getting rid of the employees that work there, but we're looking to hire more. It's just, it just makes sense. But
that's amazing. Congratulations. I'm so excited, because all I can think of is all the youth. You have a lot of youth in that area. And, there was a time where certain segments of it was looking a little bleak. Like, now, why is it? Because you're sort of like Yonkers. You go to one side and everything's gravy and homes and everything's great. The other side, it's like, ooh,
that all comes from the leadership and the reputation. If your leadership can help change the reputation, then all of that can change. And that it's the same in Austin. Like the majority of my family is in Austin. People don't know this though, but the majority of my family, the town of Austin and the village of Austin, it's like there's a line between the two. And if anybody can help bridge the gap, I believe I can. You know what I mean? I was on a meeting, and I'm gonna get kicked for saying this, but I was on a meeting recently, with just interviewing people, want to know why I'm running and why I want to represent this district. And I'm looking on the meeting. There's about 25 people on the meeting, and the chair of the meeting is just talking about how busy, I'm not gonna say he or she, but how busy this person is with, he or she's just taking over, just doing so much. They're just so busy. And I'm looking at the screen like, my name's Rainey. I'm running for New York State Assembly for 95th District. I don't see not one person that looks like me. How is there even a board on this planet at this point that doesn't have the diversity that we have? Like, I don't know that many cities.
For our town.
Yeah. It's like, so what are we doing? I understand how busy you may be, but what are we doing to pull more people in for more diverse thinking? But we don't have to talk about that, because we're just going to talk about charging stations right now. We're not going to talk about diversifying and pulling some other people in. And that's the part where I feel I have to step up and say something, and I will.
Okay. I like that, because I think that at this point, for anything, there should be no place that's all of anything, because
Right.
we're having the conversations. So if we're
There
having the
you go.
conversations, you should be listening as a boss or as a owner or as a higher up. You should be listening and should be effectively, mandating, whatever you want to call it, and making
Maneuvering and diversifying your
yes,
departments. I
thank you.
mean,
That's
we did.
great. That's
There
good.
you go. We did the same thing for
I
City
forgot you
Hall.
you do hip hop, so
Yeah.
you're lyrically masterful. I forgot about that.
The
I can't mess
wordsmith,
with you.
huh?
I'm not even going to try. I leave that alone. And so, wait. What about the music? Now, how does that work when you're doing politics? You leave music to the side. You do it on the side and then wait.
Yeah, so I'm so you asked. I love. Can you bring me back on the show again soon?
Listen, you don't even ask. You just say, "Hey, I'm coming on in 5 minutes. I'll have it up and ready for you." That's how we.
So there's two things about that. One is music is a passion of mine. So if it could be poetry, it could be basketball. What people are going to do what they love to do, regardless of the work. If I become the governor in a year or two, if I ran for governor, I'd still have a passion to write.
Yes.
So that's not going to go anywhere, and it's just a part of me that I couldn't get rid of. Some people prefer basketball, some people prefer reading books, some people who
Right.
got money prefer to travel to Miami or go to Bahamas every chance they get. Whatever your passion is, if you can still do it and have a balance of life. I don't smoke, so there's that's my high, if I could say it that way.
Right.
I like to make music. And second thing is the music message is cohesive with the political message. It's not he's a politician talking about change and then a rapper talking about how many weapons he has or how much
Right.
money he has. It's the message. The first song I put out of my last album was called Hope, and the opening statement, the opening line I said was, throughout all of this nonsense, I never give up on my people. And it's even if I can't get my people to start using this to get more involved and pay attention, I still won't give up on you. Just some of the people that I fight the hardest for don't even vote.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's like I can't give up on them. They don't know. My cousin said it best. They don't know what they don't know.
That's it.
So
That's
the music and the music message and the message as an elected official is very cohesive. If you like to dance, if you like to hear a little rhythm behind what I'm saying right now, everything I'm saying right now is saying a rap song. Only difference is a little music behind it, so you might dance while you're listening to me.
I know you have a good cadence at all times, and I kept saying, "What? Duh, that's what you do." I'm gonna get it one day. Wait, so I did not pull up a video, but should I pull one up and end on that?
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull one up. Wait, first you got to tell me. Wait, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna have to go find it as we speak. I shame on me, people. Shame on me. But I just think it'd be fun.
Yeah, sure. There's a video. There's a song called Hope, and the picture on the main screen is like a picture of Barack Obama, and this Hope song, what it is, it's a version of me as Noodle the rapper talking to the version of me as Andre the mayor, and Noodle the rapper saying, you're the mayor now, but don't forget who you were, because I helped you get there, and as the mayor, I'm saying I'm the mayor now. But don't forget who I am, because I know what I can do for you now. You're the rapper who won't change.
What's the name of it? Give me a title.
It's called Hope.
Oh, Hope. And by
Noodle 1217. So
pop it up. Let's see if I can make it happen. It's slow. No, J Hope. Why is everybody Hope but your Hope? Keep Hope alive.
Wait, you're right. Keep Hope alive.
Let me see if maybe I did it wrong.
Yeah, if you type in because there's a lot of hope out
there.
there.
There's no chicken noodle soup on the side.
if you type Hope Noodle 1217.
Hope Noodle
1217. Yeah, it should come right up.
Guys, be patient with me.
There's a lot of hope out
okay,
there.
I see it. I got it. I think I'm in there. Wait, let me see.
Noodles, Noodle Mayor.
Yeah. Oh, that's the remix version of it.
Wait. No? All right, wait, share.
For the people.
Oh, wait, I did it so wrong. Wait a minute.
By the people.
Wait a minute. Oh, God, I'm just messing up. Wait a minute. Oh, my God. How could I do this to myself? All right, wait a minute.
Trying to make it
This is bad.
Black versus cops, yeah, you know they make it lethal. Couple layers, the ghost in the mayor. Trying to do it big for the people and the players. Told the brother no, you gotta keep it new.
Right.
Stick to the
old. Should I start it again?
You can pause it, yeah.
Before I had.
Okay, guys.
Pause that. All right, so.
Not techie, I'm trying. Because you want to
so wait. So look, go, click on my name right there if you could. It'll take you to my channel. If you go down.
Oh, wait. Oh, down here. Yeah, click that.
Click on Noodle New right there where it says Noodle New.
Okay.
Now pause that. Okay, it's not playing. All right, so scroll down a little bit. And let's see a little more.
Which one? Okay, a little more.
Yeah, let's see. All right, so scroll back up. I got an idea. I know where it's at. So if you look, go bring your arrow over to where it says where the videos are. Yeah.
Right
A
here.
little further over where the arrow is for the videos.
Here.
All the way over to the right.
This one. Oh yes. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. Keep going. Yep. There you go. Keep going. It should come
I love
up.
Against the World. And against.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. All right, scroll down. I'll just go to the video queue. That's all.
That's it. You sure? I did it wrong. Politics fly. What's the name of it again?
What you do is when you type in Noodle 1217, just make that one word, Noodle 1217, then the video should come right up. Yeah.
Wait a minute. So not hope. Not hope.
No, keep hope there. Not hope though. No, keep hope separated. I mean, I'm sorry.
Separated. Okay.
And then connect 1217 to that Noodle.
There
you go, right there.
Hey.
There you go.
Yes.
Go us. Listen, this is what teamwork does. This is what teamwork does.
All right, so we're gonna make this happen. First, let me play it, make it large, and come back to you.
Look at that.
Oh, and then
a lot of responsibility.
We'll go
Trying to change the world.
Trying to change the world.
Actually, we'll take ourselves off.
But through it all, I never give up on my people. Woke up this morning, feeling like a Billy, taking on the world, yeah. Y'all know the dilly. I had to write the song for those that doubted. Watching me sink in that sinkhole like I wouldn't rise right about it. Yeah, baby, I'm about it. Had to go for help. I'm down to lend a helping hand in the world that wouldn't give help. Trusted a couple dudes I probably should have lost and shit. I was crossed, but it cost to be the boss. I lost a couple chicks I should have wiped up quick. Had a couple of jump offs I shouldn't have gave. It's a circle of life. What goes around comes back. Put my life on these tracks and try to live on track. Through the struggle and the pain, I still grin. Thick wifey, thick wallet, thick skin. In a world where we're lost, our destinies to win. It's hard when everything that feels right is considered sin. It's even harder when you're treated wrong because of skin. Breathe on that, just let that line sink in. You see, I'm proud of who I was. I'm proud of who I am. The system won't allow a black man to be a man. So once I'm in the system, I try to learn it and understand. It's sort of like a hustle. Learn the laws of the land. The government, they get the connect and they hit the strip. Get a couple people they trust and make it legit. Talk about getting their money, getting equipped. Sell dreams to fiends and they reap the benefits. You waiting on the change because your patience is a virtue. The sad thing is everything they selling you will hurt you. The sad thing is everyone you listen to ain't speaking. The sad cause everybody out here rapping but ain't teaching. The sad thing is I ain't the only one that's trying to reach them. The sad thing is half of y'all don't even know you need me. I won't give up hope. It's like a dope fiend won't give up dope. I'm an addict for change, addicted to stopping my people's hurt. Politics, music, man, something's gotta work. How can I teach 90 million folk to understand their words? Just throwing the suit, the two greatest influences. Yeah, this is true. I gotta do what I gotta do just to get through to you. Yo, Em, I thought I told you Luke the beat.
Yo, Noodle, I got you. Yo, go back in, son. It's time, go back in.
Hopefully I'm on the station you be listening to. Your biggest influence will tell you, yo, come listen to New. If not here, I hope you catch me at the podium. He say he loves his entire community. Look how hard he'll go for them. Look how far he'll go for them. Music should be timeless. If you're feeling down, this package for you, just rewind it. And if you fall down, the one thing that sucks is you must rely on you to get your ass back up. You can blame this whole world for your condition, but this world can never bring you down without permission. They told us go to school, but never told us have a vision. They told us get a job, but never told us own the business. Who thought we'd make it this far? Whoever thought I'd drive in this car? Whoever thought my son would wake up to a father that is a star? None of us being just who we are. No more snoozing. Everybody winning now. No more losing. And if you put your mind to it, remember you can do it. And we'll unite the world through the politics and music.
Oh, you gotta have.
Stay woke, stay woke.
Oh, you gotta have hope.
And through it all, I never give up on my people.
They only talk about your problems. They never speak about your options. You're just another at the bottom. Yes, they believe you cannot solve them, but I tell you what I know. I've been places where hope goes. I believe it, hope it really does flow. Wherever you carry, I hope it will hold. Oh, 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 when you need to get by, you gotta have open, open, yeah, 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 yeah.
And through it all, I never give up on my people. My people. My people. My people.
Hey, thank you very much, guys. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for taking the time to hang out with us. And my technical errors, as you can see, I'm
That's all right. We're human. That's what we do.
Yeah. I mean, the whole pandemic thing has been a great blessing in the sense that I had to up my techie game, but it's still not where it needs to be. It's not at the Gates level, but I'm working on it.
There you go. Listen,
you.
I appreciate you so much for welcoming me back on the show. And if I could tell anybody anything, it's one of the things my father always told me is if you as long as you live in life, you have to find inspiration. If you can't find inspiration, create it. And I think that the decisions that I'm making with my life are only helping the community, but it's helping the next generation. If there was a mayor like me when I was in high school, I would have ran for mayor a long time ago.
Wow.
long time ago. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. And anytime you're doing something, let us know. Are you going to be having a campaign kickoff or something? Or
yes, this Saturday, February 12th, kickoff right here in Peekskill at the downtown at the gazebo at 1:00. Deputy Mayor Vivian McKenzie is going to be there and say a few words. Community environmental justice activist Nancy Van is going to be there also to say a few words. I'm looking forward to it. I'm having my very first virtual fundraiser on February 26th at 6 p.m. So if anybody's interested, just look me up, contact me, Rainey4thepeople@gmail.com. Let me know if you want to support or be a part of the team. And we welcome and thank everyone who can and will.
Oh, thank you so much. You are the best, and I can't wait. I can't wait to hear more about your.
Absolutely, I'll keep you posted every step of the way.
Please come back. I don't care what happens. I will be stalking you. I'll be you'll be like, I can see you at the White House now. I'll be like, there's a reporter that. Hey, no, it's me. It's me.
Tanya, let her in.
It's a comedy side of me. Forgive me. So thank you so much, guys. You guys,
all right.
We're sitting here with the great Andre Rainey and Assembly-elect 95th District. Did I say it correctly?
Yes.
And we wish you luck. So for now, hang out for a minute while I say goodbye to everybody. Viewers, thank you. I know there's a complication going on right now, but don't worry. I will fix it, and you will see it again at 8:00 if you missed anything. But stay tuned. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon.